be patient with your friends and family. 8, learning how to help without supporting the addict's behavior. Providing assistance to them, to the recovery individual that will improve their lives, not further their usage. 9, recognizing personal challenges and integrating them into a lifestyle as challenges to triumph over. 10, caring for our personal, emotional, physical, and spiritual individuality is the source we use for our sense of worth. Each person is truly magnificent. Our mission at Racing for Recovery is to prevent all forms of substance abuse by promoting a lifestyle of fitness and health for all those affected by addiction.
Awesome. Can we give Tyler and Laura a round of applause for cooking together? I blame you both for my severe weight gain. No, food is awesome. Thanks for you guys doing that. Okay, is there anybody here for their first ever meeting tonight? Any rookies? Right on. Here's what we're going to do. Everybody's going to go around and get an opportunity to say who you are and why you are here tonight. Russell.
I'm Dustin, and I'm here just to keep on this amazing journey that this place has helped take me on, just keep improving my life daily, and to support my sister.
I'm Eugene, I'm here to stay sober. I'm Scott, I'm here to stay on track.
I'm Edna, and I'm here because every time I'm here, I feel a little better. Each year, I'm here to keep healing.
I'm Teresa, and I'm here to keep myself staying positive and keep my life going as good as it is.
My name is Tom. I'm here to stay focused and sober.
My name is John, I'm here because I need to be here.
I'm Samantha, and I'm here to keep learning.
I'm Mike. I'm here to gather all the positive energy and apply it to my own lifestyle of sobriety.
I'm Tim. I'm here to make sure my new normal keeps getting better.
I'm Nick, and I'm here because I love this place.
I'm Adam. I'm here to listen and learn.
I'm Tony. I'm here to remain teachable. I'm Zach. I'm here for positivity.
I'm Gina. I'm here to change my perspective.
I'm Taylor. I'm here because this place is helping me a lot, and yesterday I had an honest 2 months.
I'm Justin, I'm here to learn, support, and stay sober.
I'm Junior. I'm here because I have the option to be here. Some other people are less fortunate that are with us and not with us because of their circumstances, so I'm just lucky to be here.
Richard, I'm here to learn and grow.
Ben, I'm here to stay positive.
I'm Peggy. I'm here to support them.
Cool. Derek, go ahead.
I'm Derek. I'm here for sobriety, and I love this new way of life.
Oh, good. Oh, good. I'm Candy, and I'm here to stay focused on my goals.
I'm Daniel. I'm here because I love this organization and I love my mom.
Awesome.
My name's Kelly, and I continue to come because I am thankful and grateful for the life I have created and the friends that I have made by continuing to make the choice to come here and better myself.
Matt, I'm here to listen and learn.
Renee, I'm here because I haven't been here in forever and I miss you guys.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
I'm Virginia, and I'm here to wish everybody a happy day.
Awesome.
I'm Kurt. I'm here to save my life, and I love the lifestyle.
I'm Brittany, and I'm here to be there for myself, refocus on me and what I need to do to become a better person and not let personal relationships get in the way.
Good on you. Go ahead.
I'm Jim. I'm here to stay focused, stay sober.
I'm Brandon. I'm here because I've never had a bad day here.
Right on.
I'm Matt, I'm here to change my lifestyle.
I'm Mike. I'm here to grow and to continue to live a healthy, balanced lifestyle.
I'm Brittany, and I'm here to change my life.
I'm Kelsey. I'm here to keep an open mind.
I'm
Chris. I'm here to learn to be the best that I can and apply it.
Thank you for helping too today, Chris. Sorry.
Brandon, I'm here to learn and support my family.
Alec, I'm here to listen and learn, stay sober.
Kim.
My name's Kim, and I'm here for support.
I'm Emily. I'm here for consistency, positivity, and peer support.
Congrats on your half marathon too.
Thank
I haven't
you.
seen you.
I'm Chris, and I'm here to support this program.
I'm David. I'm grateful to be here because this lifestyle shown to me is changing my life. I want to be here. I need to be here. And without being here, I don't think I'd be here today.
I'm Karen. I'm here to support my son, Mike, and everybody else.
I'm Mike. I come for a lot of reasons. I love coming here and seeing everybody, and I always get something out of these meetings. This is my friend Morgan, an old friend from high school, and we just kind of reconnected recently, and she just ran her first full marathon Sunday in Vegas. So
you were ready. You were running so fast, I didn't recognize you.
Yeah, it was amazing. I actually got lost twice on the course, so I ended up running 30 miles, 30 and a half miles instead of 26, and I still placed 6th out of everybody, all the women in my age group. On my behalf, it was a night run, so I couldn't see literally where I was going. It got really dark in the desert, so I was just running. But my name's Morgan, and I'm here for support to stay focused in my life and on the journey that I'm continuing to go down, and to stay strong with running.
Awesome. Yeah. Young lady.
I'm Amber. I'm here to learn.
So, I'm here to receive and give positive energy.
I'm Ashley, and I'm here for positive vibes, but I'm also here because this program has taught me that it's okay to forgive myself.
For sure.
I'm Amy. I'm here to become a social animal, not an antisocial basement dweller.
My name's Tom. I come here to continue to learn.
I'm Craig. I'm here for inspiration and to stay on the right track.
Michael, I'm here to change my life.
I'm Tyler. I'm here because being here is helping to remain sober, and more importantly, it's helped me to find happiness and purpose in sobriety.
I'm Laura. I'm here for support and to stay sober.
I'm Christy, and I'm here to continue healing and to celebrate performance. I'm Amy. I'm here to learn and for inspiration.
I'm Dave. I'm here to support my son Steve, who's off doing a good deed today.
Awesome. Good.
I'm Michael. I'm here to be sober and to celebrate my friend Dylan's 1 year.
I'm Dylan. I'm here to stay sober.
I'm Hannah. I'm here to support my brother, Michael.
I'm Montez. I'm here to learn and to support my brother-in-law, Michael.
I'm Michael, and I come here for happiness.
I'm Matt. I'm here because this is part of my routine.
I'm Kathy, and I'm here to support my son Matthew and everybody else here. And this is just a great program.
I'm Ariana. I'm here because I love being here and to offer support. I'm Rachel, and I'm here because I love every one of you here in this room. I believe in you.
Hi, Mike. I'm here because this is where I found true sobriety. With that, I value my life.
That's the only reason I came.
Okay.
I wanted to hear that.
Cool.
I'm gonna go home now.
I'm Rick. I just come here to support this program and the people in here. Like Rachel said, I love all the people that I met through here and all the good things that happen under this roof. And I come in memory of my son Jake.
I'm Bill. I'm here to support my son Joe and everybody in this room. And I believe that this program works, but you got to work it.
My name's Joe. I come here for a lot of reasons. Most that I come here to remain teachable, and
I'm just here to support everyone in the room, man.
My name is Rachel. I normally come here to support Joe and all my friends, but today I'm here to support my other friends, Allie and Andrew.
I'm Allie. I'm here to stay sober and get my life back on track.
I'm Andrew. I'm here to stay sober.
I'm Jalen, and I'm here to become the person that I knew I wanted to be and could be.
I'm Bill. I'm here to listen, and I'm going to apologize up front for being annoying. I got to leave about 10 minutes early, so I'll try and be stealth when I walk out.
Okay.
I'm Riley. I'm here to continue to grow.
I'm Ryan. I come here because I love all the positivity, and I love learning new things, and it's helping me to stay on track, to stay sober, and I just love all the people here.
Adam, I'm here to continue bettering my life and stay sober.
Good. Ahmed, go ahead.
My name is Ahmed. I'm here to stay for support.
I'm Jessica, and I'm here because this place is helping me change my life.
I'm Allie. I'm here because this place is teaching me how to live the best life possible. I'm Heather, and I'm here because I've never been happier, and she deserves it as much as I do.
I'm Randall. I just come to these meetings to live life, you know?
That's Randall.
I'm John. I'm here because this is what fuels my fire. Regardless of what else I have going on in my life, what kind of day I've had, I come here, find balance, stay focused, and it's saved my life. So, awesome.
I'm Des, and I'm here for growth and positivity.
Good.
I'm here to stay positive today.
Do you have a name?
Oh, I'm Chelsea. Sorry.
I didn't know if it was growth and positive.
Might be that too.
I'm Ade, and I'm here to support my son, John, and everybody else is here. And also, I love being here. It makes me also a better person every time I come here. I learn something new, something very positive.
My name is Marty, and I'm here also to support my son John and the decisions that he's making. And the big one that he's just made here this week, very proud of you, the decisions that you're making and how you're moving forward with your life in sobriety.
I'm Levi, and I am here to be the example for myself, you know, support myself and be the man I know I can be, you know, just keep getting better.
Oh, yeah, okay. My name is Josh. I come here to grow as a person. Me sitting up here is something I really didn't think I'd ever do until I got asked, and it's not too bad.
I'm Todd, and I was asked to run the meeting tonight, so I said, okay, I'm glad I'm here. Who has the answer? Please poem.
The Answer by Donald G. Carter. Running from the misery, trying to escape the pain, as I approach the light of hope that lies before me. Each step overwhelms me, every breath sears my throat. I ache, my body rebels against me, my memories torment me. Agony has become my closest companion. My demons mock me as I dangle helplessly above the abyss of alcohol and drugs. The voices all sound the same, criticizing, accusing, blaming me for what has happened. They don't understand, they don't care who I am. I'm a human being full of thoughts and feelings. I'm worth saving, just show me the way. At last, I reach the light of promise. There stands the answer. Open heart, understanding smiles, looks of trust, and so it begins, racing for recovery.
Awesome. Okay, before we get started, Dylan, I know you don't like that stuff, and I wasn't going to say your name, but since Michael threw you under the bus,
Right.
I just, seriously, I want to just say congratulations, and I don't know, coming from me, it's not a big deal, but I'm proud of you for what you've done, man. It's a big accomplishment. So I hope you're proud. Okay, I always wing these things, so how about a couple things to talk about tonight? What does having an open mind, how has that helped you? So how has having an open mind actually helped you in any capacity? And then on the flip side of that, what is something that we offered to you that maybe you didn't initially utilize, and through a hardship you figured out maybe you should have, and how you're doing it now? So again, how has having an open mind, how has that helped you in your sobriety? And then maybe something that you heard in here that was offered or suggested, and you were like, I got it, and then you figured out, I probably should have listened to that one. So, 2 things that we can do tonight. Richard.
Open mind, one word for me is opportunities.
Say that again, sorry.
Created opportunities.
What kind of opportunities you get?
A lot of stuff. More time with kids, better shape.
Yep.
Pretty much everything, really.
Okay, all right. Levi?
Yeah, for me, something I learned here that was huge for me was the choice in action. I thought that I had, like, I couldn't figure out like why I kept doing what I was doing, and having like knowing that it's a choice, like that changed a lot for me. And choosing, like, I can choose how I feel about myself and how I feel about my situation, and how the fact that I made either subconscious or conscious choices. Either way, I'm making the choice every day to do something, and it's powerful because it's changed the direction of my life. That's been one of the biggest things here. Yeah.
Awesome. Chris?
I guess as far as something that wasn't utilized here for me, I was here a few months ago, I was in a hurry to get back out in life. I thought, like, what sparked the thought was, you're like, oh, I got this, no worries, same thing I said to myself, no, I got this, man, that was my first mistake. So just the time, all the resources here, the people, the support system that's here in place, the scheduling, loose structure, but it's structured here. Maybe I ought to utilize all of it.
Awesome. Good. Renee?
Open mind as a parent.
Yeah.
I can clearly remember being at a Block Watch meeting before I knew Megan was an addict, and the sheriff was there talking about this new DART thing that he had and how Toledo had this problem, and Megan was there, and I remember looking at her, and we had this whole conversation about how people that were addicted to drugs never get sober, they never get clean, their life never goes anywhere, and I was just so close-minded. And I mean, at the time, she knew she was an addict, but I certainly didn't, and she was still living enough life that I couldn't really tell what was going on, just knew there was something not right. But because of things like a year of sobriety, and honestly, a lot of meetings, you get an open mind, and you get to the point where you can share with people who were as closed-minded as I was, that it's in your house, it's at your neighbor's house, it's everywhere. And don't be so closed-minded to think that it couldn't happen to yourself. So just being here has opened my mind to things, and I honest to God think it has made us a better family. Because it totally changed how we think about humans.
Awesome. Tim?
When I came in here, I was really closed-minded. I think I was more or less trying to buy time. And I came to my first IOP in the morning, and I went to the room over here, and it looked like they're going to have a pretty easy day. They're listening to some music and stuff like that. And Dan's like, hey, I want you to go to the other one, which you were running. And there's a lot of different things that could have been God or whatever, but after that first day, my mind opened up, and I'm like, because I've never made it past 2 weeks in other programs, and my mind opened up at that meeting. I walked out of here and I was like, but I didn't want to go home and tell anybody that, because that's what I would do before, and next thing you know, it's not working. And so I was just really open-minded to how different this program is. As far as, what was the second question?
I said, is there something that was offered to you or suggested to you that you thought you didn't need, and then you realized, oh, I should have listened to that?
Yeah, well, in the past, I always didn't want to be around people. I isolated myself. And all the counselors here said, hey, get the peer support, make friends, be with people. And that was kind of tough at first. I'm like, I don't know. I want to make new friends and this and that. But that's made a world of difference. I mean, you've seen me in here on my laptop working, just because I want to be around people. Yeah. My first month and a half here, I probably made this as close as a inpatient program as you possibly could, because if I wasn't doing the IOPs and the support group meetings, I was coming here, reading in the spiritual room, just hanging out, and it's made a world of difference. So, yeah.
Awesome.
All good, man.
Good. Mike?
To me, open-mindedness is coming into recovery and with a clear, open mind, being receptive to people's positive information, constructive criticism, and applying that when you need your own sobriety, and also having the courage to follow through with it and take their advice on blind faith that you don't know whether it'll work out or not. But you have an open mind and you're willing to take the chance, because it's so you're running into an unknown by following someone else's advice, and you're taking a chance that it's going to work for you. Quite possibly it will.
Give me an example of what you're doing now because of that open-mindedness.
Well, I'm exploring a lot more options. First, going back to school, meeting new people, reading your book and applying that to my own life. I'll read the book and generally I'll break it down similar in the ways that you explain, but apply it to my own life and try and attain the same outcomes or as near as possible that I can.
Awesome. Sorry, I'm kind of making this an IOP. I'm asking more questions. I'll try not to do it. Go ahead.
I guess if I wasn't open-minded, I wouldn't be willing to change anything in my life. I'd still be stuck in the same place that I was, trying to do things my way, which never worked out for me. Just living, honestly, I'd probably be miserable still. But being open-minded allows me to remain teachable, to learn new things, which opens me up to grow as a person and just explore so much more of myself that I never thought I had within me or anything like that. So it just allows me just to keep growing in life and always to try new things and keep pushing on.
Did you just have a successful thing you did too?
Yeah, the half marathon.
Yeah. Would say that louder.
Yeah, I ran a half marathon.
So did this guy.
Yeah.
And this guy. Junior, you're up.
So a suggestion that was brought up to me when I first started coming here, which I was really resistant, I guess I didn't buy into, and it was that I didn't have to label myself an addict or alcoholic or identify anything with my past. And when I heard it from Todd and other people here, in my mind, I felt like it was almost like a weakness. I know I did things bad and I know that I was an addict and all this kind of stuff, but I guess with seeing the program and believing in it, I can't remember the last time I thought of myself as an addict. I did in and out of AA and all that stuff, NA since 18. But I think that was one of the biggest things, suggestions that they gave me that I didn't want to listen to, but then I did, and it got better. And this is going to be real crazy. I'm a dog trainer, but so when you say you're an addict, it obviously triggers a response. You think of times you use and so forth. There was this thing done years ago, this guy named Pavlov. I think he was a dog trainer or a scientist, something, right? And what he would do is they did this experiment. They would hit a bell. Every time they would hit a bell, they would feed the dogs. Well, eventually they took the food away from the dogs and they hit the bell and the dogs started salivating. It was involuntary. So I guess, mindset behind us not associating as addicts, we get that mindset out of this. So it's just crazy how things like correlations, we're not dogs, I understand that. But the concept is, it's just amazing when you take a couple words out of your vocabulary, the person you could become. And I got like a couple more things. I think the other biggest thing, like with Bracing for Recovery, that I've seen in the structure of it, but as well as the peer support, a lot of programs, when you get into them outside of this, everybody's a preacher. They're 2 weeks and they'll tell you how to stay sober for 5 years, which I've never done. With doing IOP here in a professional way, Todd, as well as other instructors, when people I seen would get a little ahead of themselves, he would politely let them know, in a sense, you got to have the time before you could start just talking, because everybody listens. You might say something that could trigger someone or give them the wrong answer. So I think that's another reason why this place works out really well, because once you get to that point to where you can share, you don't question yourself, because you know inside, you've been doing it, or you have testimonies or whatever it may be. But in the same sense, like everyone's on the same playing field. So like I look at Randall, I've been coming here a while, over a year or so, but he's my peer, but I still look up to him because he's just professional about what he does. He's nice, he's genuine. And it's just, everyone plays their part, but it's a really good organization. And like I said earlier, on a somber note, it's just sad that there's people out there that can't be here, and there's people that will never be back here. And I didn't want to come here tonight, in all honesty. Today's my day off and all that. And I thought about that, and obviously I'm here. That's it.
Glad you're here, dude. That was good. Taylor?
Being open-minded here has me be able to listen a lot better. The IOPs and the one-on-ones, absorbing all that information, is so much easier to deal with things now. It's a healing process, and it's working pretty good. It has me, I can cope with things a lot better too in a healthy way. I'm running on Friday mornings with them, working out. I'm laughing a lot more than I have in the past years, and I just feel good today with all the help I got.
Brittany?
So in the past, I've always been a people pleaser. And being open-minded to the things that were being said has allowed me to realize that I can be there for myself, and I'm not obligated by any means to be a certain something to somebody. The obligation is that I need to be the person that I needed growing up for myself. Or being the person that I need now. And only I can do that. I continue to lose sight of that from time to time, but being here and continuing to work on being open-minded has allowed me to see that again. So it's like an exercise. I mean, you have to put into practice and, work up to being fully open-minded, to really hear the things that are being taught. And if you say you skip leg day a couple of days, and you go back, you're sore. I'm kind of feeling that right now, being open-minded and being exercising that again. There's an internal battle with, old thinking with thinking that I've been taught here. Falling back into thinking what I want to think instead of listening and hearing and absorbing what is being said and really listening. That is going to be a key component for me getting myself back on track and doing the things that I need to do is putting that more in practice of being open-minded.
That's good. Levi?
Yeah, so one of the biggest things that Dan said to me, it was my it wasn't even my first day here. I think I was like getting into coming here, and he said, I said this before in a meeting, and he was like, he told me there's a right way to do things, there's a wrong way to do things, and you know what the right thing is to do. And I think I took that and applied that to what I was going to do here. And for me, I thought about that a lot. Like, I know as a good human being what the right thing is to do for myself, and then while I'm here, to make the most out of it. So for me, it was doing the right thing is when I'm actually going to be in the IOPs, I'm going to listen. And I'm not going to bullshit myself that this is bullshit. I'm actually going to, the right thing to do is to listen, and then apply that. You know, that's the right thing to do for myself and for the place here, for me. And to do everything that would be the right thing to do in this situation for me, which is take care of myself overall and do what is suggested by everyone here, because my way didn't work or I wouldn't have been here at all. And I was very closed-minded as far as like trying to figure that out beforehand. There was nobody that could tell me nothing, but that's something that simple. Like I said before, the choice and do things, there's a right way to do things. And he was like, you know what the right thing is to do. And that's in every situation. I think that as human beings, we know the right thing to do overall. And that's been the biggest key component for me here. That was the first talk I had with him when I was sitting in here. That was huge.
You mentioned you've talked about choice a couple times, and I made a cognizant choice to stop the drugs and alcohol. You know, a couple months ago or whatever, I quit. But I think the next thing that was in my mind is I guess it was an open mind. I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know what I was going to do. But I had an open mind of saying, I'm going to do something other than what I've been doing, because what I was doing, it wasn't working. So the initial thought was, okay, I don't understand this. I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm going to have an open mind to self-betterment in any capacity. And with that new book thing or whatever, Choices and Consequences, God, I'm going to sound like an idiot for saying this, but I was fortunate enough to meet Steven Tyler from Aerosmith the other day, and I showed him the book, and I showed him his picture in the book, and he looked at the front of it, and he said, Choices and Consequences. He goes, I made a choice that I wanted to be in a rock band 50 years ago, and I still am. And then he said, the consequence of that is I got to talk to you again tonight. And I heard him say that, and it was a nice thing for him to say, but I started thinking about that. It's the same thing, not that I'm comparing myself to Steven Tyler, because I'm not a good singer, but that mindset of I'm done doing something, I want to do something else. I had that same thing in my mind that he did starting the band. And every time you stay with that and have an open mind to getting better at your craft, whether it's a band, running, being a family man, whatever it is, you'll get better at it as long as you're willing at it to keep an open mind and then do what is suggested to you. Having an open mind doesn't mean you heard it. It means you heard it, you listened to it, and then you're doing something with it. You know, and I thought him saying that was just kind of like, well, I think that way too. Maybe I'm on the right track, you know? And the consequence is I get to hang with you, right? Who's up? Nobody. Are we done?
Des.
Go ahead. Oh, Des, I'm sorry. Des, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So when I first came here, I felt like I definitely had an open mind, whereas I wanted to take suggestions from everybody that worked here. I was definitely very ignorant, which kind of hurt me in a way, but, you know, suggestions I took was relate and not compare. That was huge for me. And in my one-on-ones, Todd told me, like, if I was living in lodging here and living in that hotel, I would be going to school and learning as much as I can and working part-time. So, like, literally after that one-on-one, I was like, Mom, Todd said this. So, like, that's what I'm doing.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And not just because you said so, but that was something I was always frustrated about myself, that I never completed school. I went to a couple different schools and I just couldn't finish it. And that was big for me. And of course, like, exercise
like to push my limits as far as like endurance is now. And prior to coming here, I didn't do that. I didn't even do that for several months here, even though I was being told. So definitely, like, after being here for like 3 months, I started more than listening. I started doing, and that to me was huge. I was like, I can't just talk about it. Like, I got to do it.
Right.
That's all.
Awesome. I'm sorry, I didn't call on you. Ashley.
Okay, so I'm using open-mindedness right now in my life currently, just because of like what I'm going through personally. But I have to keep an open mind that like even though I'm here getting better, like my family is still in the same position that they don't see me on a regular basis. They don't know what I'm doing here, and unfortunately, I wish it was different, but whatever. But I had a quite eventful conversation tonight on the phone. And it's just like, I can't continue to beat myself up for the things that I've done in my past or the choices that I've made as far as like not sticking to what I originally set out to do. And instead of like giving my family this is like poison to me, I don't know, satisfaction of not doing what I'm supposed to do, I think that by me being open-minded to like there's a different way of living and that I don't have to do that anymore, that's like groundbreaking to me, because I think I sell myself short a lot on just like the opportunities I have in life. And instead of like taking advantage of like the resources and like doing what people suggest for me to do, I kind of feel like I know what's best for me, and I'm not gonna word it like that. I used to take my own route, and it has put a huge barrier in between my relationship with my family. And in order for that barrier to be broken, I need to continue to do what I'm doing and not worry about if it's ever going to get fixed, because eventually it will get fixed.
That's right.
And like actions speak louder than words. And like Todd, you've always told me, like, when are you going to apply what you say? You know. And I think this time around, I've kind of like sat back and not been like, oh, I don't, you know, just because it's like it's not so much about pleasing the people around me or telling people what they want to hear. It's more of like pleasing myself and like knowing that I can see the results if I put in the action. You know what I mean? So I'm just working on being like open-minded to like letting that situation be and not like starve from her attention right now, because it's like it's not important at this point. Like she'll come around eventually. She'll see the results.
That's good. That's good. Kim.
Hi. Hope I get this right. Speaking of doing things right now versus when I first started coming 2.5 years ago, I'm an alcoholic trying to get better, and my son was as well. And a lot of people know that he passed away 11 months ago today from the drinking, and he made his choices. But I wonder if, you know, I don't beat myself up over it, but I just wonder if I would have taken advantage of everything I started learning 2.5 years ago, if he'd still be here. And that weighs on me a lot, because we say, hang around with people you aspire to be like. And he already loves me unconditionally, so I just don't know. Maybe that was, you know, one of his traumas, seeing me self-destructing. But I'll never know. So this time around, on my journey to getting better and self-betterment, when I get better, I want my story to save someone else's child. And I just really can't dwell on what if. It's hard not to do, but I try to focus on the 27 years that I had. Thank you.
Anybody else? Guys, you want to go again?
Sure.
Puppy.
Yeah, just the books for sure. This time around.
I got through the Cleveland book pretty quick, and then I'm about halfway through Choices and Consequences, and like a lot of notes and just underlining stuff, and just I can relate so much with you and how you kind of your journey, and like just how you like go all in with certain things, and then it's like, oh, I got to pull myself back a little bit, and that's just a lot of my personality, which was kind of my downfall recently, was just wanting to work as much as possible and making excuses for needing all this money, like just I don't know. I feel foolish, but I'm at the point where I've gotten back into a good routine, and I feel very like reconnected here. Trying to give back more here as well, even if it's just little things around the building and stuff, which has made me feel like really good. And I'd say it's been a cool way to connect with certain people here too that I might not have normally talked to. But yeah, I've gotten a lot out of those books. I never thought you would. In the Choices and Consequences, like a third of the way in, you talk about like how you were violent and stuff, like in your past, and I was like, wow, it was kind of badass back then, but so, that was interesting. But man, there's just so much to gain, like knowledge-wise, and the way you write and just speak through those books is, I could just connect so much and relate, and definitely. Open-minded is like kind of like where I feel like I didn't utilize that, so it kind of plays on itself for me. Listening to some of the suggestions from staff and from a lot from Dan. Dan seems to be very much on the erring on the side of caution. And I'm like, dude, I'm good. Like I can work 75 hours and drive 2.5 hours a day, no big deal. It's just I don't know, stupid. But life lessons. And I'm just very, very grateful that I'm back here and I'm able to be back here and be reconnected and be re-involved, because it's the saving my life. So.
You and a couple other people have mentioned, Mike was talking about our books. I think what's different about us, I'd freak out if anybody did this, picked it up and said, on page 119, Todd says, well, I'd be like, what are you doing? I didn't write these things well, first of all, I never thought I would write a book or whatever, let alone 3. I'm not writing these for people to regurgitate the verbiage. I know what's in there. I don't need it to be told back to me. Why I wrote these is because I want someone to read this and see themselves in what these words are, and then, as Mike said, apply whatever you're getting out of it to your own life. I in this program, it's not you need. I don't speak like that. It's more, I ask questions. What do you think? How does that sound? Have you ever? How do you relate to this? That's the purpose of all the information that's in these books. I don't want people just to regurgitate the verbiage. That just shows me that you have a good memory. I want to know how did those words resonate with you, and what are you doing with them to benefit your life, that I could benefit from watching you benefit from your own wellness. That's the point of them, and that's a big difference from some of the other things that are out there, the concepts behind them. Ours is more of relating to what you're hearing in here and then going out and doing it for yourself in your own way. I don't care how people stay sober. That means nothing to me. It's like, what are you doing with it, and how is it working for you? That's the point, right? Randall, are you up?
Yeah.
You're on, dude.
So one of the things that I was taught in this building was to envision yourself having the best life you can be when I first started coming in here. And I didn't really know what that was. I was still like, okay, I'm just gonna try to envision something. And it started off with exercise for me. And once I did that one thing, then another couple things opened up. And that was, health and not feeling terrible about myself, like my body, like eating wise, nutrition. When I started doing that, there's way more things that opened up, and intellectually, dealing with my emotions properly, just this whole lifestyle that we talk about constantly. And once I started doing these things, my vision started to clear and started really focusing on what that was. And it's just looking back now, I was a lost person, but constantly having a routine, setting goals, trying to be the best person I can in my life on a day-to-day basis, knowing that I'm not perfect, but I'm striving for it. That's what's like. Do I know my vision today? No, I don't. But I know I'm getting closer. I'm making steps to it every single day. And, being around these people that support me and I support them back, it's really just opened so many great experiences. A super great environment that puts me on a very positive track, and that's what I'm trying to balance through on an everyday basis.
That's awesome. Come a long way. Yes, Katie.
Open-mindedness. I've always considered myself open-minded. I think that's how I've gained a lot of success career-wise, by remaining open-minded to different concepts and different people and different opportunities. But coming to Racing for Recovery, the one thing that I really didn't think was going to impact my journey to betterment was the power of peer support and the diversity of those peers. I understood what alcohol and or marijuana did to a person, but my life experiences had never taken me or given me the opportunity to be around someone who had been affected by the opioid epidemic. I've learned more about drugs in the last 100 days than I've ever known. I learned that the difference between someone who shoots heroin in their vein or someone who drinks 3 bottles of Chardonnay in a day, their pain is the same. That was really defining to me. The peers that have supported me in this journey so far have been the most diverse set of people, from 22 to I don't know how old some of them are. And I'm so incredibly thankful. I've created my own opportunities to have peer support in groups. I've done book meetings at my house. I've invited people to my home to make dinner with me. Not only is that peer support for me, but it kept me from being alone. And that saved my life. I never thought I would drink because I didn't feel the craving. From the moment I said, drinking is not my problem. My problem is my life is all left up. Once I said that, I heard it and then I repeated it, it was in me. I'm an extremely driven, goal-oriented human. I always have been. And I'm extremely thankful that Racing for Recovery came back into my life. This time it came back and saved my life. That's it.
Has anybody haven't read this, I'll give it to you. Somebody not read this that wants to read it, that doesn't have money or whatever, anybody? No? I wouldn't read it either. I just want, if you want a copy of this and you can't afford it, well, just ask, I'll give it to you. It's sitting up here, all right? Because it's helping Mike, so if it helps Mike, it'll probably help you. Any other comment? Okay, who's got our closing poem?
Autobiography of 5 short chapters. I walk down the street, there's a peephole in the sidewalk, I fall in. I am lost, I am hopeless. It isn't my fault. It takes forever to find a way out. I walk down the same street, there's a peephole in the sidewalk. I pretend I don't see it, I fall in again. I can't believe I'm in this same place. But it isn't my fault, it takes a long time to get out. I walk down the same street, there's a peephole in the sidewalk, I see it is there, I still fall in, it's a habit. My eyes are open, I know where I am, it is my fault, I get out immediately. I walk down the same street, there's a peephole in the sidewalk, I walk around it, I walk down another street.
Thanks for coming, everyone.